loop control instruction. In this instruction, we study about various types of loop. Types of loop. Types of loop. One, for loop. Second, while loop. And third, do while loop. There are three types of loop in C language: for loop, while loop, and do while loop. So in loop control instruction, we study about various types of loop. These are the various types of loop. So now we are going to learn for loop. For loop. Okay. Void main, printf, hello, printf, hello, printf 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 hello. Main is closed here. Class, there is a problem. Write a program in C to print hello 10 times. So one way to print hello is this way. Void main, printf hello, printf hello, printf hello, printf hello 10 times. Okay. Second one is a void main int I. This I is used in for loop. Okay, for I equal to 1, for I equal to 1, I is less than or equal to 10, I plus plus, printf hello. This for loop is closed here and main is closed here. Class, problem is write a program in C to print hello 10 times. So one method is a print hello 10 times. Okay. Second one is method is write this program. Suppose problem is write a program to print hello 10,000 times. So one way to print hello 10,000 times. In this way, in this program, in this way, there is need much time. There is required much time, and there may have type mistake here. But this is easy. Initialize I equal to 1. Here write 10,000, and output your printf. This printf print hello 10,000 times. So this method is better compared to manually write the printf hello many times. So loop is used when there is a need to execute a set of statements again and again. Here set of statements is hello, printf hello. Here printf hello is printed 10 times. Okay. Here is also printf hello, print hello 10 times. But there is a need to put the set of statement within block, within for block only. So class, in this program hello is printed 10 times in this program hello is also printed 10 times using the for loop. How for loop work? In for loop there is 3 sections. This section used for initialization, this is condition is tested each time, and this is the increment or decrement. So in this case this is the increment. This increment works here. In this increment or decrement works here in the last of loop. Increment and decrement works in the last of loop. Okay class, so for loop has 3 sections: initialization, variable initialization, okay, condition testing, and increment and decrement, and this increment and decrement work here. So class, I have value 1, here I have value 1, okay, I have value 1. So first test condition, if this condition is true, then set of statement will execute, otherwise control exit from this loop, this block. Okay, so let's start. I equal to 1, okay, here is I have value 1 is less than or equal to 10, yes, condition is true. In that scenario this set of statement will execute, so hello will be printed. Now I plus plus work here. I plus plus means I equal to I plus 1, value becomes 2. 1, I have value 1 initially, now value becomes 2. Again test, 2 is less than or equal to 10, yes, this set of statement will execute, so hello will be printed. Again this I plus plus work in the last, so value becomes 3. Value have 2, now it becomes 3. Again test, 3 is less than or equal to 10, yes, then this set of statement will execute, hello will printed again, hello will printed again, and I becomes now here 5. 4 is less than or equal to 10, yes, hello will printed again. Now I becomes 5 is less than or equal to 10, yes, this set of statement will execute, hello will printed again. I becomes 6. In this way I becomes 10 is less than or equal to 10, yes, hello will be printed. Okay, so 10 times hello will be printed. When I becomes 11 is less than or equal to 10, no. In this case this condition will fail. When this condition will fail, control exit from this block, control exit from loop, so control will be here. Now your output is hello 10 times. Okay class, now another problem is write a program in C to print natural number from 1 to 10. To print natural number, we replace printf hello by %d I. Now class, in place of hello we write %di. Now at each time this set of statement will execute. So in this way, first time I value have 1 is less than or equal to 10, yes, this set of statement will execute, 1 will be printed, and this I plus plus work here in the last, I becomes 2 is less than or equal to 10, yes, this set of statement will execute. Now value is 2, I becomes 3 because I plus plus work in the last, okay, I becomes 3 is less than 10, yes, this set of statement will execute, okay, value is 3, I plus plus, value becomes 4. In this way you print natural number from 1 to 10. Another problem, write a program in C to calculate sum of 10 natural numbers. So to sum there is a need another variable, sum equal to 0. This sum variable receive the result of 10 natural numbers. Okay, so here put another statement, sum equal to sum plus I. For loop is closed here, main is closed here. Class here 10 natural number is printed and sum. Okay, now print sum. Printf %d, result is printed here. Result is printed here after loop, and main is closed here. Class, this program is used to calculate the sum of 10 natural number. Sum of 10 natural number from 1 to 10. So class, this is the program. Control start here. int I, sum equal to 0. Sum and I both are integer variable. Initially sum has 0. Okay. int I equal to 1, I is less than or equal to 10, I plus plus. This set of statement, there are two statements, printf and sum. This set of statement execute again and again till this condition is true. This set of statement execute again and again, and this I plus plus work in the last I. Okay, so first time I have value 1, I is less than or equal to 10, yes, %d print I. Now output is 1. Here output is 1. Sum equal to sum plus I. Initially sum has 0 plus I have initially I value is 1, 0 plus 1 1, and this 1 is assigned to this sum, and I plus plus I becomes 2 is less than or equal to 10, yes, %d print I, so it is 2. Sum equal to sum plus I. Now sum have value 1 plus I have now value 2, 1 plus 2 3, this 3 is assigned to sum again, and I plus plus again I to check. Here I checked here, 3 is less than or equal to 10, yes. Here control go to this block, this set of this block, the set of statement, these two statement will execute. So value is 3, here value is 3. Sum equal to sum plus 3, sum has value 3 plus 3, 6 is assigned to sum. In this way, when this loop is completed, sum has final value, that is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. After this loop, sum has final value. Print this sum, you have result, you have final result. If you put this printf within this loop, then you will get the intermediate result, not final result. Final result will achieved in the last iteration. So better is to put the printf %d sum after the loop. When loop will complete, sum has total final value. So put it outside the loop. Okay. Otherwise you can put also inside the loop. In that scenario, at each iteration you may get intermediate result and you will get the final result in the last iteration. So this is the example. Write a program in C to print the 10 natural numbers and its summation. Another example on for loop. Write a program in C to check whether given number is prime number or not. Here void main int I, this I is used for loop. Okay, number that we want to check whether number is prime or not, and a counter variable to count is its divisor, that is the C. There are three variables, I, num and C. Printf enter the number. Okay, this is the number that we want to check whether number is prime or not. Scanf %d m %num Now you have now number. Number is inputted. For I equal to 1, I equal to 1, I is less than or equal to num I plus plus, okay, if num modulus I double equal to 0. If num modulus I, modulus give the remainder to 0, C plus plus. Initially C has value 0, C plus plus. Okay. Here, if block is closed, for loop is closed here. If C double equal to 0, printf number is prime, else printf number is not prime. And this is the 2. And main is closed here. Class, this is program to check whether given number is prime or not. This is the application of one more application of for loop. Here program execution start with here int I. This I used for loop. That's why we have to declare num, basically number that we have to check whether this number is odd or even. And C is a counter variable that counts the number of divisor of a number of a given number. So initially divisor is 0. Initially number of divisor is 0. Okay. Enter the number. You have to enter the number that you want to check whether that number is prime number or not. %d %num. User had input a number to check whether that number is. User had input that number to check whether number is prime or not. Okay. Number is now inputted. We have number. I start from 1. I is less than or equal to num I plus plus. This I plus plus work in the last of loop here. Okay class. For loop is closed here. If block is closed here. This is the if block. This is the for. I plus plus work in the last of loop. So this is the last of loop. Okay. I equal to 1. 1 is less than or equal to num. It depends upon what user had input there. Suppose user has input 5 here. So I equal to 1. 1 is less than or equal to 5. Yes. Control go to this set of statement here. If num divided by I double equal to 0, then C plus plus will execute. Okay. Num is a number. Suppose number is 5. 5 modulus I. I have value 1. Okay. First time. 5 modulus I. 5 modulus 1. 5 modulus 1. 1 make 1 divided this number. So this will be true. And C plus plus becomes 1. C have initially value 0. C have initial divisor 0. So 1 divide 5. That's why divisor number of divisor becomes 1. Okay. Again loop control go to here. I plus plus work here. I value becomes 2. Okay. 2 is less than 5. Yes. Suppose user has input 5 here. 2 is less than 5. Yes. 5 modulus 2. Remainder is not 0. 5 modulus 2. 5 modulus 2 remainder is not 0. Basically remainder is 1. So this will not true. So control does not go to this block and control go to here. I becomes I plus plus here. I becomes 3. 3 is less than 5, yes. 3 modulus I equal to 0, no. Control does not go to there. I plus plus I becomes 4. ठीक है. 4 is less than or equal to 5, yes. 5 modulus 4, remainder 0, no. 5 modulus 4, basically 1. So 1 not equal to 0. So control does not go to this block. I plus plus value becomes 5. 5 less than or equal to 5, equal condition hold. Okay. 5 modulus 5, remainder 0, yes. 5 modulus 5, this 5 divide this 5, so remainder 0. So this 0 equal to this 0 condition is true. In that scenario, C plus plus, control go to there, C plus plus, C have initial previous value 1, now it becomes 2. Okay. And I plus plus value becomes 6. 6 is less than or equal to 5, no. Condition is fail. In that scenario, control exit from the loop. C have value currently 2. If C equal to 2, number is prime. C has value 2. 2 equal to 2, yes. Printf number is prime. 5 is prime number. Okay. If C has value greater than 2, then this will not true. This condition not true. When C has value greater than 2, then this condition not true. In that scenario, number will not be prime. This is the example of application of for loop. In this loop, in this program, we check whether given number is prime or not. Nested for loop. In nested for loop, there are 2 or more than 2 for loop within one another. This is the example. There are 2 loop, one for loop, another for loop. This for loop is within in this for loop. Okay. This is a program to check the all prime numbers between given range. Okay. This is a program to check all prime numbers within given range. Okay. Suppose up to 100, write a program to print all prime numbers up to 100, up to 200, up to 300. So this is the example. This is the implementation of nested for loop. This for loop is within this for loop. There are 2 loops which is nested. So this program is to check all prime numbers between given range. So class here, program execution start with main, control go to there, this I for this outer loop, and this j variable used in inner loop, range. So the range variable signify the up to what, up to where we have to calculate, we have to check the prime numbers. Okay. And C is a divisor. C is a counter variable that counts the number of divisors of a particular number. So here enter the range %d m%range. Suppose user input 100. So we have to check all prime numbers up to 100. So okay, here is a range. User input the 100. Here 1 is not prime number, so we can write printf 1 is not prime number, and we start here with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 up to 100. So each time for each value of I, we check that I is prime or not. Okay. So here I equal to 2. This is the initialization of variable. This is the testing condition, and this is the increment decrement. Increment decrement work in the last of the loop. So this for loop is closed here. So this I plus plus work here. Okay. For loop execute till this testing is true. Okay. When here is I equal to 2. 2 is less than range, yes, because range is 100. Suppose user input 100. So range is 100. I value is 2. 2 is less than or equal to 100, yes. Here c equal to 0. Again j equal to 1, j is less than or equal to I here is 2. So loop execute 2 times, j equal to 1 and j equal to 2, because I is 2. Here first time I is 2 and j plus plus. This is the initialization, this is the testing, this is the increment decrement work in the last of the loop. So this for loop is closed here. So this j plus plus work here in the last of the loop. Okay, j is 1, j is less than or equal to I is basically currently 2, j is less, 1 is less than or equal to 2, yes. This testing is true, this condition is true. So control go to here again there is a condition I, that is 2 modulus j is 1 initially, 2 modulus 1, basically this modulus operator give the remainder. Okay, so 2 modulus 1, 2 is divisible by 1, so remainder will be 0. So here 0, here result is 0 equal to 0, yes, condition is true. C plus plus, C is 0 initially, C becomes 1 here. Okay, if block is closed, if it is statement not loop, if block is closed here, when here is a loop, here is loop for this inner loop is closed here. So before the closing, j becomes 2, j plus plus, here j becomes 2. Again test, 2 is less than or equal to 2, equal condition hold, 2 equal to 2. So this condition again true, control go to there, 2 modulus 2, 0, yes. 2 modulus 2 divisible, 0 remainder, 2 modulus 2, 0 equal to 0, yes. C plus plus, again counter variable c incremented, so it becomes 2, c plus plus, c has value now 2. Again here j plus plus, j becomes 3 is less than or equal to 2, because I is 2, j becomes 3 is less than or equal to 2, no. Now condition is fail. When condition will fail, control exit from the loop. So control exit from this loop, and c has value 2. If c is value 2, if c equal to 2, this time is true, because c has value 2, this is also 2 equal to 2, true. In this scenario, number is prime, so I is prime. Here is I, we are checking here about I, here we are checking about I. So 2 equal to 2, true. So I, that is the 2 is a prime number. Okay, now we are going here outer loop is closed here, I becomes plus plus here, I becomes 3, I is 2 initially, and I plus plus work in the last of the loop, I becomes 3. Now again we are going to check 3 is less than or equal to range, yes, because range is 100, 3 is less than or equal to 100. Now we are going to check 3, this time I is 3 and 3 is less than or equal to 100. So now we are going to check 3 is prime or not. Again we are going to check 4 is prime or not, 5 is prime or not, dot up to 100. In this way we check all prime numbers within given range. So this is program, write a program in C to check all prime numbers within given range, and this is the also implementation of nested for loop. Here outer for loop, inner for loop. For each value of outer for loop, inner for loop travels all times till condition true. Okay, this is the example of prime numbers, to check all prime numbers between given range. For loop, some problems on for loop. Okay, suppose here class int I is a variable that is integer type, I equal to 1, I is less than or equal to 10, I plus plus. Printf %d I. This for loop is closed here. Okay. Class, here we can see there are three sections in for loop. One is a variable initialization, second is a testing or condition, and third one is a increment or decrement. Here there may be decrement also. Here increment and decrement. There are three sections. This, and this. Variable initialization, condition, and increment decrement. All three sections are separated by semicolon. Listen, this is the semicolon. All three sections, 1, 2, 3, all three sections are separated by semicolon. Okay, semicolon is necessary here. So this is variable initialization, this is the condition, and this is the variable increment and decrement. Class, we can write this section above also. So we can remove. Again in this program, again class, in this program, in this code, we print natural number, we print numbers from 1 to 10. Here you can see. Class, here you can see I equal to 1, 1 is less than or equal to 10, yes, %di, 1 will be printed. Okay, again increment decrement work in the last of loop. Here I plus plus, I becomes 2, again check, 2 is less than or equal to 10, yes, %di, now printf print 2. Again here I becomes 3 because I plus plus work in the last of loop. I becomes now 3, 3 is less than or equal to 10, yes, %di 3 because I have value 3, so 3 will be printed. Now again for 4, 5, ... 10. So this is program in which value is printed from 1 to 10. Okay, there is an increment section, there is a condition section, and there is a variable initialization. This is the condition section, this is the increment and decrement. This increment and decrement work in the last of the loop, and loop will execute till this condition is true. When this condition is false, control exit from this loop, this block. Control exit from this block, or you can say control exit from this loop. Okay, till this condition true, the whole the set of statement will execute. Okay, and class, again with here semicolon, this is the semicolon, this is the semicolon. We can write this initialization above. Okay, here we are going to remove I equal to 1 and write it above. So int I equal to 1. We can also write this. We remove I equal to 1 and write it above. Okay, we remove I equal to 1 and write it above, but its semicolon will be here. This is also, and result will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you can remove I equal to 1 and write the above of for loop, not below. Okay, also class, now we are going to rewrite. This is here I equal to 1 and we remove here This is natural. Okay, I equal to 1. This work in the last of loop, so you can remove this, but its semicolon will be here. Semicolon will be here, it's necessary. And we remove I plus plus and write in the last of the loop. And we write here I plus plus. Because I plus plus work in the last of the loop. So you can write I plus plus either here, or you can write I plus plus either here. But its semicolon must be here. In for loop there must be two semicolons. Semicolon, semicolon. It's necessary. So you remove I plus plus or I minus minus from here and you write it in the last of the loop, because it works in the last of the loop. Okay, this is also true. Here result also will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay class. And now third change is you can remove I equal to 1 and write it initial before the for loop. So you write here I equal to 1. It also will work. Class, it also will work. Semicolon is necessary. So class, I equal to 1 is here previously. Now I equal to 1 is above the for loop. You can write it. And I plus plus work in the last of the loop. So you can write here also. So this is the third combination. This is the third version of for loop. So you can write I equal to 1 here. And you just check the condition only for loop. And remove I plus plus and write it in the last of the loop. So this is also true. Here result will be also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay class. So you take the I equal to 1 above the for loop and you write the I plus plus in the last of the loop. You can write it also here. There is no problem. Now result is same. In all version result is same. All is true. All are true. Now class, now we can write for I equal to 10, I equal to 10, I plus plus, and you write printf, printf hello, sorry, printf %d I. Class, there is no curly bracket open and close because this printf is within for loop scope. By default, scope of for loop is single statement. So there is single statement. So this printf is within for loop. So there is no need to write semicolon open, curly bracket open and close, because by a single statement is by default in the scope of for loop. Like if, like else, for has also single line scope. So printf is a single line statement. So this is within scope of for loop. So there is no need to write curly bracket open and close. You may write, you have choice, either you write this or not. So what will be the result? Class, for I equal to 10 semicolon I equal to 10 semicolon I plus plus. So class, all three, variable initialization, condition testing and increment decrement, all three sections can be replaced by the valid expression. So this is the valid expression. You may think there is no testing, but there is testing here also. This is the condition. This is the valid expression. all three sections of for loop can be replaced by the valid expression. This is the valid expression, this is the valid expression, this is the valid expression. So all is true. What will be the result? Result is percent d, printf percent d I have value 10. So result will be 10. Result will be 10. Class here I have value 10. Here I have value also 10. Okay. So I have value 10. 10 is non-zero. Non-zero means true. Condition is true. Then what will be the result? Percent d I have value 10. So 10 will be printed. Again class I plus plus, I becomes 11, but here I have value 10 again, and 10 is non-zero. 10 is non-zero. Non-zero means true. So condition is true. Then value will be printed again 10, because this assignment is last. This is updated assignment. So I have value 10. Finally, I becomes again 11. I plus plus here I plus plus work in the last of the loop. So I becomes 11 now, but here I have value again. When you are going to check it, here 10 is assigned to I again. So I have value now 10. So here 10 means non-zero. Non-zero means condition is true. So I is printed. Again value is 10. Infinite times. This code execute and give the result 10 10 10 infinite times, because condition is always true and I have value is 10. I has values 10 every time. Updated value I has 10 every time when you are going to print the I. So in this example, this is example of indefinite loop, and here you can say I equal to 10, I equal to 10. Okay, so it is always true. In each condition it is always true, and value printed infinite times. So there are some changes here. Class, suppose I is less than 10. I is less than 10. What will be the output? I is less than 10 and j equal to 10, j plus plus, and you print j. Okay, class, I may have some value. I may have some value above. I basically declared int I. If you do not assign the value I, then it will be garbage if it is automatic storage class, and if storage class is another, then maybe another value. Here I may have garbage value, or you have initialize anything, or it may be 0. So condition is this. This is condition. Condition is always true. J have value 10 this time. So condition is always true, that's 10, and you have printed 10. So again value will be 10 10 10 10 infinite times. Okay, and I have initialization in the above. Suppose you write int I. So by default this is automatic storage class, and automatic storage class have by default value garbage. So I have garbage value. Initialization is garbage here. I initialize above, by default garbage value. Okay, or you can initialize I equal to 10 or something. So this is not testing, this is the initialization phase. Testing is this there. This is the testing. So this loop execute again and again till this condition is true. So j have always 10. 10 is non-zero, and non-zero signify the true condition. So this condition is always true, and updated value is 10 each time in j. So %d print j 10 infinite times. Okay, so any section, there are 3 sections in for loop: variable initialization, condition, and increment and decrement. In all section of for loop can be replaced by valid expression. So this is the valid expression, no problem. This is the valid expression. This is the valid expression. Okay, so there will be no problem. And j have always value 10, updated value 10. This is the non-zero. 10 is non-zero, and it is always true. That's why this printf execute infinite times. Okay, so 10 infinite times will be printed, or till the memory not fill or system not crash. Now there are some another problem. So class, here you can write I equal to 1, initialization, testing, I is less than or equal to 10. Okay, here increment, you can combine the increment and printf simultaneously. Printf %d I plus plus. Class, here result, what will be the result? 1 2 3 dot 10. Result will be, output will be this. Class, here I equal to 1, initialization, I is less than or equal to 10, yes. Printf %d I, that is the 1 will be printed, and I plus plus. Here printf, here value, here output and increment both are doing same thing, simultaneously. But I plus plus work in the last of the loop. First value is printed, then I plus plus, then I incremented to I plus plus. Here is semicolon of printf. This is necessary. If you remove this semicolon after this for loop, then there will be error, syntax error. Okay, so there is a necessary of semicolon. This semicolon is basically printf %d here. So it is written here, not anywhere. If you remove this, then there will be error. So this is also example of one version of printf. Here increment of variable and %d both are doing at same place, but first values printed, then increment will be executed. Increment of variable will be executed, because increment always done in the last of the loop. So increment is done after this value printed. Now you can also write here I equal to 1, so you can also write scanf %d %i. Class, this. You can also write this. Class, here initialization for scanf, this is the for here to here, outer parenthesis is for scanf %d %i. Here user input the I, that becomes initialization, and here I will be tested, and here print you can print that I, in the last I plus plus. Okay, so this is the also example of one version of for loop. Here is initialization, user input through keyboard, initialization, testing, and here is increment and decrement as well as values printed here. So this is also true. Class, this is also true. Okay, there are three sections: initialization of variable, testing, and increment and decrement. But here printf and increment both are doing at same place. Okay, here value is taken from the keyboard, so here I is in initialization through the keyboard. I is given value through the keyboard. So this is also true. Scanf %d and %i semicolon, I is less than or equal to 10, testing is here, and printf %di, then I plus plus, and this semicolon is necessary. Okay, this semicolon is necessary. This semicolon is related to this printf. Suppose I have user input here, I value is 5. So what will be the output? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Suppose user input here 1. So what will be the result? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? Class, this is various versions of for loop. Okay, here you can see. This is the simple for loop. In this for loop, there are three sections. Basically, for loop has three sections. All three sections are separated by semicolon. So you can see in all for loop, there must be two semicolon. Okay, these two semicolon separate the three sections of for loops. For loop has three sections. First one is a variable initialization, class here. Section first is a variable initialization. Here I have initialized value 1. Okay. Second section is a condition. When this condition true, the set of statement within for loop will be executed. Okay. And this loop execute again and again till this condition will be true. When this condition will be false, control exit from this loop. Class, this is the increment or decrement. Here there may be increment or decrement. Class, this increment or decrement works in the last of the for loop. This is the last statement. This is the last statement in the for loop. Okay class, so I plus plus work here after the printf. So class, this loop execute 10 times, so hello will be printed 10 times. Hello, 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 hello will be printed 10 times because this loop execute here 10 times. This condition true 10 times. So this loop execute 10 times. So set of statement within this for loop printed executed 10 times here. So hello will be printed 10 times. Class, this is the another version of for loop. Here initialization section is missing. Here increment or decrement section are missing. Okay class, so here I equal to 1 basically placed above and I plus plus work in the last of the loop, so this is placed in the last of the loop. So I plus plus is placed in the last of the loop here, and this initialization is right above the for loop. So this for loop is also true. Okay class, there are two semicolon, 1, 2. There are two semicolon, 1, 2. So these two semicolon separate the three section: variable initialization, condition, and increment or decrement. So class, here initialization is right here and increment or decrement right here. Okay, because increment decrement work in the last of the loop, that's why B right here, I plus plus, and B right I equal to 1 here rather than here. So this one is also true. Here there are three sections are also available: I equal to 1 and I plus plus here. This is the condition, I less than or equal to 10. Okay class, so here hello will be printed 10 times from I equal to 1 to I equal to 10 and I plus plus. Okay class, so this one is the same as this one, except that variable initialization is written above the for loop and I plus plus work in the last of the loop. That's why we place the I plus plus here. Okay class, so this for loop exactly same basically. Now here class, here for I equal to 0, j equal to 10, I less than 10, I plus plus, j minus minus. Class, there is also 3 section here. Okay, section 1 is here, section 2 is here, section 3 is here. Class, you can initialize many variables here and separate them through the comma. Okay class, this is the initialization section, variable initialization section, this is the condition, and this is the increment and decrement. So condition must be 1, condition must be 1, and variable initialization may be any number of any variable initialization, any number of variable initialization, and here any number of increment or decrement, but condition must be 1. And class, for loop always has 2 semicolon. So here is semicolon 1 and semicolon 2, and these 2 semicolon separate the 3 sections: variable initialization, condition, and increment decrement. So here is the same things: variable initialization, condition, increment or decrement. Variable initialization may be any number of times and any number of variable. Increment and decrement may be any number of times. Okay, but condition must be 1. So this one is also true. Okay, %d I plus j. Here I plus j printed here. I have value 0, j has value 10. Okay, 0 is less than 10. Yes, 0 plus 10. 10 will be printed. Again, I plus plus, I becomes 1. J minus minus, j becomes 9. Okay, 1 is less than 10. Yes, 1 plus 9, that is again 10. So this loop executed 10 times and printed 10 times. Okay class, so this one is also true. Basically class, you may initialize any number of variables here. You have to separate by the comma. Okay, here you may increment, decrement any number of variables, but you have to separate it by the commas. Okay, but all 3 sections, initialization, testing, and increment or decrement, all 3 sections are separated by semicolon, not comma. So there is a semicolon. There must be 2 semicolon in the for loop. Okay class, so here this loop executed 10 times and 10 is printed 10 times. Class, this is another program. In this program there is also two semicolon, semicolon 1, semicolon 2. This is the initialization, this is the testing, and this is the increment or decrement. Class, this is the single condition. This is the single condition. There are no multiple conditions because whole things, the final result is 1. Final result is single condition. That is basically there are 1 condition, there are second condition, but they are connected through the logical AND operator. That's why it becomes the single condition. Okay, there is a 1 condition, there is another condition, but these 2 conditions are connected by means of the logical operators. That's why it becomes the single condition. Condition in the for loop must be 1. Condition in the while loop must be 1. Condition in anywhere must be 1. So class, here a equal to 0, a is a variable, a equal to 0, 0 not equal to 5, yes, and 0 less than 10, yes. So this is true, this is the true and true. Okay class, so this one is a true, and here is a plus plus, hello will be printed. Hello will be printed, and this loop executed 10 times also. Okay class, this loop executed 10 times from 0 to 9, So this loop also executed 10 times from 0 to 9, and hello will be printed 10 times. So class, this one is also true. Next for loop is here, I equal to 1, I not equal to 0, semicolon. Here is an increment missing. Increment or decrement section missing. This for loop is also true. Okay class, there is no error here. There is no error here. Here is a initialization, here is a testing, and here increment or decrement missing. Class, here you can see there are two semicolon, and these two semicolon separate the three section: initialization, condition, and increment or decrement. Okay, but here increment or decrement are missing, but still this program is true. Okay class, here user input %i, here user input 0, 2, 3, 10, 20 etc, and every time it is checked here. If it is true, this will be input. If it is true, this will be inputted here. Okay class, and here you can print that number. Here you can print that I also. If you want to print printf %d I, so whatever you inputs here is a printed. Okay, and whatever you input here, it here tested also. Class, this is the another for loop. Here class, here initialization is missing, here increment or decrement missing, but condition is here. So these two semicolons separate the three section: initialization, which is missing; testing, which is present; increment or decrement, which is missing. And this I++ basically written here. Okay class, printf hello I++, this condition is also true. I has initial value maybe 0 or garbage. On the basis of that value, this condition will be either true or false, and on the basis of true or false, this set of statement will be executed. Okay class, here is a I has value, here I is not initialized. Okay, so whenever you write, you do declare I, you may initialize there, or if you not initialize the variable I, then by default value either will be garbage or will be the 0. It depends upon what type of storage class are used by the user. Suppose above this for loop you have write static int I, and you do not assign any number to I. So by default I has value 0 because there is a static storage class. So 0 is tested here. 0 is less than 10, yes, hello will be printed. Here is the I becomes 1. So this loop executed 10 times. Okay class, suppose you write here int I and you do not initialize any number. So by default it is a automatic storage class. So garbage value is by default value of I. So here is a garbage, and this condition may be false, and this loop will not execute, but this program is true. Okay class, this is last for loop here. Here is a missing of initialization section, missing of condition section, missing of increment decrement section. Class, this for loop is also true. Here hello will be printed and definite times. Okay, this one is also true. Here hello will be printed and definite times. This is the indefinite loop. This is the basically indefinite for loop class. Programs on pattern. Class, here there are two programs. In these two programs we print a pattern. We print the various pattern. Here class, we also implement the nested for loop. Okay, in nested loops, either it be while loop or it is for loop. In nested loops, for each value of outer loop, inner loop execute many times till the condition true. Okay, so here is a implementation of nested for loop. Also here are two for loops, and this for loop is within this for loop. Class, in this program, when this program execute, this pattern will be printed. Okay, so here is this triangle pattern. This triangle pattern is printed here. So let us see. Program execution starts from main. Control comes to here. Here are three variables, I, j and row. There are three variables. All three variables are integer type. This I is used in outer loop and this j is used in inner loop. And this is the number of row. This rows show the number of row. Okay, this is the variable. Enter the number of rows user input the number of rows through the keyboard. Okay, here row may be 1 2 3 4 10 200 500. This may be any number. Suppose user input 3. Suppose user input 3 here. So number of rows 3, because we want to make this pattern. Here there are 3 rows, row 1, row 2 and row 3. Okay class, so that's why user input here row 3. You may input any number. Okay, here is a outer for loop. I equal to 1, I is less than r equal to 3, because row has value 3, I plus plus, j equal to initial value 1, j is less than r equal to I. So first time I has value 1, so this loop, first time this loop execute only once. Okay, because j equal to 1 and j is less than r equal to 1, so equal condition will hold. So this loop execute only once. So control comes to here, this asterisk printed here. Okay, when j plus plus work in the last of the loop. Okay, j plus plus work in the last of the loop, so j becomes 2, 2 is less than r equal to 1, no, this condition is true. That's why control exit from this inner loop and control comes to here, printf backslash n, when printf print backslash n, place the control next line. So control is here, place the control next row or next line. So now control is here. Okay, here is a closing braces of outer for loop. So I plus plus work in the last of the loop, so I becomes 2. Now I becomes 2, 2 is less than r equal to 3. Yes, this condition is true. That's why control does not exit from this loop. So control comes to here. Once again j has value 1, j is less than r equal to I. Now I has value 2. So this loop execute 2 times, for j equal to 1 and j equal to 2. Okay, so this loop execute 2 times now, and this printf print this asterisk 2 times. So asterisk is printed here, asterisk is printed here. Okay class, now this j plus plus work here, j plus plus becomes j has value becomes 2, and j has becomes value 3 now. Okay, 3 is less than r equal to 2, no, control exit from this loop. Here is a printf backslash n, place control here. Okay class, here is a closing braces of outer for loop. I plus plus work here, I becomes 3, 3 is less than r equal to 3. Yes, this condition once again is true. So control does not exit from this loop. Control basically comes to here. Once again j has value 1 and I has value now 3. So this inner loop execute 3 times, for j equal to 1, for j equal to 2, for j equal to 3. So this loop execute 3 times, and within this loop there is a printf which prints the asterisk 3 times. Okay, when j plus plus work here, when j has value 4, 4 is less than r equal to 3, no, this condition is false, and control exit from this loop. Here is a printf backslash n, printf print this backslash n, place the cursor here, place the control here. Here is a I plus plus, I becomes 4, 4 is less than 3, this one is a false, this condition is false now, because 4 is not less than 3. So this condition is false. This time control exit from this outer loop. So control exit from this outer loop, control comes to here. Here is a closing bracket of main. So this program is terminated and your pattern will appear like this on the output screen. So class, here we see the implementation of nested for loop. Okay, in nested loop, for each value of outer loop, inner loop execute many times. Okay, till the condition of inner loop is true. Control exit from any loop when condition of that loop will false. So here is a pattern, this triangle. Now this is a program for this pattern class. There is another pattern. Okay, here is a pattern class. here is a pattern like this. Here is a pattern like this. So this pattern is different from this pattern. So there is a change in programming. Okay, class. There is a first row. This is the first row. This is the second row, and this is the third row. So this is the beginning. Basically, asterisk is here. This is the beginning of control, and this is the first row. This is the second row. This is the third row, and this is the beginning of control. So suppose control is here, it does not go to here directly. Class, control does not go to here directly. Control goes by sequentially. So this control does not jump to here. So we cannot print this asterisk directly. So we have to print something here, then we can go there. So if we print another character, if we print character other than space, then those character will appear here, and we will not get this pattern. So we have to print space character, okay, here, so that our control, so that program's control comes to here, and we can print the asterisk. Okay, if you print characters other than space, then those characters will appear here, and you will not get the pattern like this. Okay, so we have to print space character, because space character does not reflect on output screen, and we can get these pattern. So here we print space first, then in third step we will be here. Okay, and here is also space first, then we will be here, then we will print here. So class, there is another triangle. There is a triangle of space also. You can say there is a mini triangle of space also. This one is suppose this one is a space character. Space. Basically, space does not appear on output. Space character does not appear on output. So it seems like the blank. Here, just for your convenience, we represent the space by this. But in output screen, here there will be nothing will be printed. Okay, so class, this is the space character, this is the space character, this is the space character. So to print this pattern, print this triangle, we have to first print the mini triangle of space. So this one is a for space, and this one is a for the asterisk, and both these two for loop is within this outer loop. This is the closing of main. This outer loop. Okay, so class, this outer loop has two inner for loop. This one for the space, for this mini triangle, and this one is a series with this space triangle, which make this asterisk triangle. Okay class, so before print the asterisk triangle, star triangle, we have to first print the space triangle, and space triangle does not appear on output screen, but control start from beginning, so B directly does not comes to here, so that's why we have to print this first. So that's why we have to print space character, then we print the asterisk space triangle, then we print the star triangle here. This one for star triangle, this one for space triangle. We have to execute first space triangle, then we can come up to star triangle. So class, once again, program execution start from main. Here is the I, J row, I for outer loop, J for inner loop. Okay class, enter the number of row, %d. Here is a row, suppose user input 3, you may input any number, but here is a 3 row, that's why here is a 3, inputted 3. I equal to 1, I is less than or equal to rho I plus plus j equal to I. J start from I, okay, j is less than rho, not equal, here is not equal, and j plus plus class, and this is the space character. There is a string, and within string B press the space button. So there is a space, there is a space class. So this is the space, because there is a space character hit between these string. So there is a space. So for each value of outer for loop, this inner loop travel many times till this control true. So first time I has value 1, j has value I. So j has value also 1 now, because I has value 1, j is less than 3. So this loop execute 2 times, okay, from 1 to 2. Okay class, so this loop execute 2 times. So 2 space character here printed, which will not appear in output screen. Now B can come up with this point. Okay, when is this control exit from here, j equal to 1, j is less than I, j plus plus I have value 1. So this loop executed once. Okay, this loop execute once. So this asterisk printed here class. Now control exit from here, control comes to here, and this printer print the backslash and put the control next row. Okay, so control is there. Here is a I plus plus, I has value first time 1, now becomes 2, 2 is less than 3, yes. Control once again comes to here j has value 2, because I has value 2 now. So 2 is less than 3, yes. This loop execute only once. This loop execute only once. So here is a space character will be printed only once. Okay, so control comes to here, this loop execute 2 times. So this will be printed here. Once again I becomes 3, I becomes 3 is less than or equal to 3, yes. Control comes to here. Okay, this time this loop does not execute, because here I is value 3 and j, because I has value 3, so j has value 3 is less than 3, no. So this space this space loop does not execute. Control comes to here, okay, and j has value now 1, j is less than or equal to 3, because I has value 3. So this loop executed 3 times. So this loop executed 3 times here, and control comes to here, printf backslash n, control comes to here. Now here I becomes 4 is less than 3, no. This outer loop, control exit from this whole outer loop, and control comes to here, this main program terminated, and you will get this triangle. Okay, a mini space triangle and also this triangle, but mini space triangle does not reflect on the output screen. So you will get only this larger triangle, that is the triangle of asterisk or star. So this pattern will be printed here. Okay class, so in both program we implement the concept of nested for loop. Okay, for each value of outer for loop, inner loop execute many times till the condition of inner loop true. When condition of any loop will false, control exit from that loop. Nested for loop. Class, this is a program. In this program we implement the concept of nested for loops. Here there are 3 for loops. Okay, one for loops is this is the second for loop, this is the third for loop. Here this for loop and this for loop are nested within this for loop. Okay class, so this is the concept, this is the implementation of nested for loops. Class, when we execute this program, this pattern will be printed. Okay, so to print this pattern we see the concept of this program. Here is the int ij rows, enter the number of rows. So class, there are 3 rows here, row 1, row 2, row 3. there are 3 rows, so user input here 3. Okay, user may input any number of row, because here is a 3 row, that's why B input here 3. Okay, otherwise you may input any number of row here. Suppose user input 3, so number of row is 3. Here for I equal to 1, I is less than R equal to rows I plus plus. This is the second for loop which is nested within this for loop. J equal to I, this is the I. J is less than row. Here equal is absent class J plus plus. And when this loop executed, this blank space will be printed, because class there is a blank space here. This is the string, and within this string there is a hit of blank space key. So there is a blank space here. Okay, so when this loop execute, the blank space will be printed. So if this loop executed 3 times, so 3 blank space will be here. Okay class, this loop for blank space, and this loop for star, this loop for to print the star. Okay class, and this printf is used to place the cursor next row. This printf print the backslash n, and backslash n place the cursor next row. So class there are 3 row here. This one is row 1 from this one, and this is the row 2, this one, and this is the row 3. There are 3 row. So user input here 3. Here I equal to 1, I is less than R equal to 3, I plus plus, J equal to 1, because I have value first time 1, J is less than 3, yes, J plus plus, printf, this loop execute 2 times. So class 2 blank space will be printed here. 2 blank space printed here. Blank, to represent the blank space, we write this symbol. Otherwise in output screen, blank space has no symbol. It just leave the space at that place. Okay class. And one more thing, why there is a need to print the blank space? Class, this one is a leftmost side. This one is a leftmost side. This one. Okay class, so control start from here. Control cannot go to print directly this star. So to reach this point, to print this star, first we have to print 2 blank space. Why we print blank space? Because blank space does not leave any symbol. Okay, if you print other characters, if you print characters other than blank space, then those characters will appear there. So you cannot get here blank space. If you cannot get blank space here, so this pattern will not appear like this. Okay, so there is a need to print the blank space before printing these stars. So we have to print here blank space. Triangular, this is the triangular shape of blank space, because control start from leftmost side here, and to print this we have to reach there, and to reach there we have to print here something. We cannot print here any character other than blank space. Okay class, we can print, but this shape will not get if you print the here some another character other than the blank space. So here we have to print the blank space. Blank space does not leave any symbol. That's why here is a blank space. To simplify, to represent the blank space, we print here, we write this symbol. This show the blank space basically. This is the blank space. Just for your convenience, we write here blank space. Okay class. So to print this star, there is a need to one more blank space here. To print this star, there is no need to blank space here. So class, to print these pyramid of stars, we have to print a small blank space also. Okay class, so this for loop print this triangle of space, blank space. So first time this loop travel 2 times from 1 to 2, so there are 2 blank space. Second times this loop travel 1, so this second time this loop execute 2, so there is a 1 blank space. Third time this blank space execute none, so there is a no blank space. Okay class, so this loop is used to print the blank space triangle, and this loop is used to print the star, these stars. Okay class, so there is a pyramid of stars. Okay class, so this for loop is used to print those pyramid of stars, and this for loop is used to print this mini blank space triangle. Okay, this is the outer loop. This outer loop show the number of row. Okay, and this row for this triangle and this pyramid also. So outer loop represents the row. Outer loop execute 3 times. So there are 3 row here. Okay, and there is a printf \n. For each execution of this outer loop, there is a printf which place the cursor next line, next row. Okay, for each execution of this outer loop, this printf will be executed, because this is the within of outer loop. This is the within of outer loop. So when this loop execute, this printf will also executed, and this printf place the cursor number of rows. Okay, next rows. But once again, and this is the end of outer loop. This is the end of outer loop. When this condition falls, the outer loop execute 3 times. Okay class, when control exit from this outer loop, control will be here. This is the end of main program. So when this program terminated, this as pyramid will be printed. This pyramid will be printed. Actually there is also triangle of space, blank space, but blank space just leave the space. So you can get here, you will get here a space triangle also. Okay class, but finally you find this pyramid of stars.